All right, bag toss done. Felt I'm almost getting out of rhythm or something with that hop back. There's more moving parts, so there's more stuff to go wrong. And I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say about that other than I'm kind of having second thoughts about it, but it's what I've been training, so I don't know. Um, it's not like they were bad. It's just I feel like my jump backs, my hops or whatever, I don't even know what you would call it, where I'd hop back before I throw, they were a little bit inconsistent or too leaned over, not standing up enough. I would jump back, my legs would spread further apart rather than stay like the same distance. It just felt a little bit off. So I went back and I did one final throw and it felt better. Felt like things clicked a little bit. I do have throws tomorrow too, one more time, so I'll be able to mess with that a little bit more. But really, I'm just ready to press this bar right here. It's 2 sets of 10 at 210 pounds, I think. So, or at least as close as I can get to that since it's a 68-pound bar. So, I already did a couple warm-ups on it. Felt fine. So, let's throw on 210 and do a couple sets of 10. Oh, all right. I hate pressing out of the rack. It's no fun. I can't. When I clean a bar, log, whatever, it like sits into the rack position. The rack position I like naturally. It just kind of falls there. I can't seem like my body feels like a squiggle whenever I press out of the rack. Like whenever I clean it first and then press, I feel like I'm all in a straight line ready to drive through the bar. And it just feels off. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if it's like I don't have my glutes firing because I'm not using them out of the hole like I would on a clean. I feel like that might be it, but it doesn't really matter because I'm almost never going to clean out or press out of the rack except in training occasionally. Every now and then there's a show that has, barbell press out of rack, or recently I saw Andrew Clayton did a show. I believe his axle press was from blocks. So it's not that it doesn't happen. It's just very rare. And I don't really, I mean, it's strongman. I'm not going to say you shouldn't do it. I'm just going to be like, I think that takes away part of the fun of the event. Like, you got to be able to clean, you got to be able to get the weight to the rack position in order to press it. So, I don't know. I'm really iffy about it. I'd prefer to do it from the ground just because that's what feels right to me. I think pressing it out of a rack is kind of the easy way to go, even though I suck at it. I don't do it hardly ever. So, I mean, I guess that would probably be why I kind of suck at it. With that being said, I've pressed 400 pounds out of the rack. Like, it was a 405 axle I did out of the rack. And it felt heavy, I'll be honest. But I don't know. We'll talk after this. I only have 2 sets of 12 on this, and then 2 sets of 12, I believe it's 2 sets of 12 on some tricep exercise. So I lightened the load on this a little bit. I'm about to turn a little bit. Ooh. Oh. Feels good. My neck hurts a little bit. I think I slept on it, a little funky. Oh. The weather's been really weird. It started sprinkling, so I ran out to bring my bags in, my sandbags, and it ran for like 30 seconds, and then it stopped, and the sun came out, and then a little bit went by, and then it just downpoured. Like I couldn't hear anything in here because of the roof. The water was just banging on the roof so hard. I couldn't hear anything, and then it was gone, and now it's sunny again. Like I had to shut the doors because everything was getting wet. Rain was blowing in, and now it's fine. Pennsylvania for you, I guess. I don't even know what to think. The week of a show always feels a little bit different. It's almost kind of sad that prep's over, because I love prep. Like that's, if you don't love prep, I'm not saying every day. You're not going to love every day of prep. But it's part of the fun. And then you get to show off all that fun on game day. So I'm just ready to go. There's not a whole lot of thinking the week of a show. It's a lot of kind of visualization, though. Imagining what I'm doing on each event. Just kind of running through everything, making sure that I have all the boxes checked, at least mentally. Because I think if you can replay in your head what you need to do, what it's going to look like, I think you can run through it so much better on the day of the show. At least that's how I do it. Like, if I want the deadlift, I'm replaying, what the bar looks like coming in, where my hands need to be, where my feet need to be, where my glutes need to be, and then positioning as I come up to the top, locking it out, making sure everything's, knees locked, shoulders back, all that fun stuff. Get the down call, what I want to open with, what I need to do in the press event. Just even like, it's weird. I like to go through the motions, but I don't think it's weird, actually. I think a lot of good competitors, I think, do that. And I don't know if I'm a good competitor yet, but I hope to be someday. All right, let's do this. This handle likes to slide off. Oh, all right. Well, that's lats done. The one I want to visualize all of them, but the press, because it's back and forth. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. Footwork, breathing, it all matters whenever you're, pressing something back and forth for a full minute. I'm going to start with the log. Start with the log, try to get an easy first rep, hopefully. If that first rep goes well, then it's, usually smooth sailing, I think. Minimizing mistakes. Every fail at a show takes so much more energy out of you than if you make the lift. If I try an 850 deadlift and I fail at the knees, I'm going to be way more gassed than I would be if I got that 850 deadlift. And it's like a mental thing because, you failed that lift. Now you got to kind of make up for it later on in a way. So it's a big mental game too. So failing a lift, like if I fail an axle clean, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt real bad because cleaning an axle it's tough. It's energy depriving. Energy draining is probably a better word. The yoke frame, if I miss pick on the frame and or drop it 3/4 of the way down, that's going to hurt. That's going to be like 3-4 seconds off, and that's going to be the difference between like first place and like 6th on that event. Same with bag to shoulder. There's no mistakes. This show has to be as close to flawless as I can possibly be, because that's kind of what wins shows. If you're in the hunt for that podium spot, maybe winning, and there's also a few other guys there that are in that same category, whoever makes the least amount of mistakes is going to win that show. Like if you flub up 2 events and another dude does well in those other 2 events, and then it's just those 2. That one event can make or break this show for whoever could win, and I think there's a good few of us. So there's a lot of things that can happen, especially whenever you have a bunch of top guys. Like 6 guys, 7 guys, maybe. I don't know everybody, but when you have that many guys all fighting for an Arnold spot, you can get guys going too hard, too fast, being a little bit too crazy, and just kind of losing it, a little too psyched up, and they lose a deadlift, or, they miss the pick on something. There's just a lot of scenarios that could happen. And I hope most of them turn out in my favor. We'll see. We'll find out. I'm going to do probably 2 more videos this week. One tomorrow. It's like a final leg type of day. And then Wednesday or Thursday, I'll do a bag check day. And we'll run through everything I'm bringing down for this show. I'm also letting them borrow 2 of my 2 throwing bags. I was going to say 2 of them, but I only have 2. So they're borrowing my throwing bags. And I got to get those weighed out to 55 and 57.5, or at least as close as I can be, because I don't have a digital scale. I just have whatever those old school scales are, where you have to like lift up the thing and move it to like the 100 spot and then add the single pounds. I don't know what those are actually called, if there's a specific type of name for that scale, but that's what I got. That'll be an investment here at some point in the future. I'd like to get one of those ones that I can like hang from my squat rack or something and lift stuff up and get a weight on it like that. Those are probably expensive. I don't know. Whatever those weigh. So we'll figure something out. That's besides the point. We got regionals coming up. There's an Arnold bid on the line. Top 5 go to nationals, as long as there's like 12 people. And I've come 4th the last 2 years, and I'll be honest, that makes me so mad. Unbelievably mad. I missed out on podium the first year by 1 point. I botched the yoke press. Still, I still replay that in my head. What else? Last year, 4th again. Just bad events. Not the events themselves were not bad. I was just bad at those events. The stone to shoulder, picking stones without tacky, it's not my strong suit. And then bag toss, sucked at that too. Still got 4th. So if I can have 2 events that I was trash at and still do 4th, I can deadlift pretty well. I probably won't win the event, but you don't need to win every event. So I can at least hang in the upper, hopefully upper 5 there on deads. Press. I won the press at nationals, and this is a different type of press for sure. But look, if I can win that press, I think I can win this press. I hope. There's other pressers there too that are crazy strong. So I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to win the press. I would never say that. It just wouldn't. I would never be overly confident like that. I know how this sport goes. So I think I do have a chance to win that one. So we'll see. Yoke frame. I think that one's next. Yoke frame. I took 7th at this a very similar event at Nationals. So I think there's a possibility I could win this one. I know there's other fast guys out there, of course. My buddy being one of them, of course. So he'll be tough to beat in that event for sure. Doesn't mean I can't. If you're watching this, I'm coming for you, buddy. We'll see. There's a couple fast guys. So maybe win that one. Sandbag to shoulder. Kind of a toss-up. What I did in training was very good. I was happy with it, very happy with it, compared to how my Thank you. I know you said bless me. Bless you. Gesundheit, whatever. But sandbag to shoulder, that's kind of a toss-up. I think I could do very well. At least I feel a lot more confident this time around than I had years prior. So I think an extra rep. So it's 250, 265, 287, 300, 325. And in training, I did like one bag down, and then I got the 300. So it was like 242 or 230, something like that. 250, 265, 287, 300. So I did that, and I got 300 for another rep. So if I can repeat that and get an extra rep on the 325, I think that'll be good points. I don't think there's split times on that one. I don't think there is. So avoiding ties is going to be big too. Same with the press. If I can avoid a tie on that press and be on the upper end of it, that's going to be huge. If we have 5 guys tie at 4 or 5 reps, and I get 6, that'll be really good for the rest of the show. But we'll see. Sandbag to shoulder, toss up. I know there's really good sandbag to shoulder guys there. Bag toss. Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty confident. And up to the 55. I cleared a 50-pound bag to 16 feet at Nationals last year. So I know 55 was pretty close. I need to look back and see how close 55 was, because it felt pretty close. So if I can do 55 over 15 feet, I'll be thrilled. 57.5 would be amazing. With that being said, I hit the crossbar with 60 2 weekends ago. So it's possible. It's possible. I won't say impossible. Avoiding ties on that one's going to be big too, because we have 2.5-pound increments after a certain weight. So I think it's like 50, 52.5, 55, 57.5, 60. So we'll see. That could be make or break that event. Might have to dig a little deep on that one, depending on what's going on. Well, talked a lot about the events and stuff, so I'll probably do the same tomorrow. Maybe not as much talking tomorrow, but I'm going to end the video here, even though I have tricep stuff to do. But when I say tricep stuff, I mean like 2 sets. So you're not missing a whole lot. And it's Memorial Day, and I don't know who's cooking it, but I smelled like grilling out, like baked beans, burgers. That sounds so good right now. I wonder if my wife made dinner. If she didn't, I might be like, let's get some stuff to make burgers and baked beans, because that sounds great right now. And corn on the cob. I ate my breakfast, lunch, whatever you want to call it, early today, because I was planning on coming out to the gym early, and then it never happened. I just kind of laid around, relaxed, and ran into the nearest city, because we had to get Starbucks, I guess. That's fine. I got Starbucks, and it was pretty good. So I ended up getting pushed back. So I actually had like 7 hours in between eating and training. That's not ideal. I didn't really think about that till now. So I'm going to end the video here, finish up. go get some food. Go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.